is Samuel.
Hello, my
St.
name is
Louis.
Samuel St. Louis.
I'm Sandra Fox. My name
And we-
is Sandra Fox.
And we are Ollie
Trap.
Strap
Super
6, and you're watching
And you're watching Live in Limbo.
Live in Limbo.
Hey guys, it's Gemma from Live in Limbo, and I'm here with Polly Trap Super 6. How are you guys?
Really good.
Good.
Really good.
How are you?
I'm pretty good, especially after that performance. That was amazing. Tell me about the inspiration behind it.
Behind our performance that we did today, well, we've been experimenting a lot with different instruments, like playing all kinds of different instruments and making a lot of texture, because we normally have a much bigger band around us, but we kind of found ourselves in a situation where we don't have as many musicians to play with us right now, so.
And it's just really hard getting like 6 people or 5 people in the same room together. So we decided to just kind of take it on our own. We had a show not too long ago at Woodlawn, and it was like I said, we had only like a month and a half of preparation, and like our stuff's kind of complicated. There's a lot of things happening all at the same time, and if we can't get everyone organized, so this what we just performed was an improvisation. But I mean, as far as inspiration goes, I don't know, like it's just everything that we're listening to right now, I would suppose would be a good source of inspiration, and seeing everything we're listening to and seeing. Yeah, is that fair?
Yeah, totally.
For sure. Tell me a bit about the visuals on the television screen. From my understanding, you filmed the one part of it. I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, we used this secret technology to come up with these animations. And if we told you, then, I don't think you want us to tell you.
Yeah, like we would have to kill you. And we just met you, and Sandra likes you, so.
Yeah. I mean, even though we do have that barrel ground out back there.
Anyway, at any
And
rate. So, you've already said, so. But,
that was a terrible joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not going to kill you, Gemma.
I know, I hope not.
Okay, anyway.
So there's a term for what we did. There's 2 terms for what we did. One is called outsider art, where people who aren't really artists stumble on something that is like already like a pre-existing art form and just do it kind of from like the outside. That's outside.
By accident too.
Yeah,
like we
like,
just kind of
total
were
accident.
playing around with. We like to kind of take things apart, and like you see over there, we've got like TVs and stuff that we're kind of taking apart, and like finding all these different ways to, first of all, use things that aren't in use anymore, like these old tube TVs, and then
like old video cameras and like switchers for like, it's kind of hard finding the technology, but it's super cheap right now, just like RCA connectors and S video and things like that. So
yeah, and it gives us kind of like just this really kind of strict boundary, but it's so weird because we're finding all these amazing things when we play around with that stuff.
And so it's like the best part of it is we're using these like analog techniques into digital, and then analog techniques that were recorded and then digitalize it again. So it's got a weird nostalgia, but modern nostalgia to it. And what's the term anyway? What's the art term?
Oh, so the other thing we did when we built like the TV man, where there's like feet and then the torsos and the head, that's called I just found out it's called exquisite corpse.
Yeah. So we are outsider artists, and we created exquisite corpse.
And we had no intention of doing it, and it just happened.
Yeah. It turned out great.
And then you guys just had your performance at the Woodlawn Festival, which is a very artistic space. Tell me about that.
Well, the owner of the space, Jordy Lichman, and the Lichman family, they're all just the nicest people in the world. And they host the art festival every once in a while. Sometimes it's bi-yearly. This one, I think, it's been about 3 years since the last one. And just a great group of people, really good atmosphere, really, just really, really fun all around. And we don't go outside very often. Like, we usually stick to this particular place, and when we do go outside, like, we don't like playing bars and stuff too much. Like, there's something about it, like performing in front of people who just don't really care, or performing in front of like drunk people who are there just to have a good drunk time. And if there's music, all the better. it's not really.
Plus, for the way that it's all structured now in live music, when you're doing when bands are getting paid like peanuts, it's not like we just do it for the love of it, but it's just the concept of it that the balance is really off, and it's
Like $8 a drink, and so the bar is making a lot of money, and like if we're lucky to get paid, it's like $20 for gas or something like that. So, and just the atmosphere, it's just it's just not for us. So like we're really lucky that we have friends that are able to put on festivals like this, and
That's really interesting. So you guys just released a new video for Drifting. Tell me all about that.
Well, it's actually funny you say that, because we were just talking about the animations that we were doing, and that the day we filmed that video was the day we discovered our animation technique. And so we came here with the intention of filming like a live off the floor thing, where we just brought in
it's kind of similar to what we did just today, but like
Yeah.
less interesting, right? Like we just had this really bland idea, like we're gonna be filmed and we're gonna put this on YouTube. But then we found this thing that we can do on these TVs,
and we couldn't stop filming it.
we didn't stop filming it. Like we probably have like at least 8 hours of crazy footage. At any rate, we went with that. So instead of we had a live off the floor recording of the song, and we decided to make a music video out of it because it sounded good and it looked good.
The lineup for that live off the floor thing is different than what we did today. We have another kind of incarnation of the band where we play with these two guys three guys, but during that Gabe wasn't there. It's with Justin Uruk and Kwame Apiakubi. So they add a whole nother flavor. Like Kwame is a very kind of chilled, laid back drummer.
And really good at playing things on the offbeat too. So he's awesome. And Justin is like, I think he just finished his stint in Humber College. So he's an exceptional jazz guitarist who doesn't like playing jazz. So he's really a good fit for us because we were not a jazz band.
And he's got this big effects pedal board, and as soon as we see those, then we fall in love with you. So if you had one, that'd be great.
I would be the match.
Yeah.
So how would you describe yourselves as musicians?
Jack of all trade, master of none.
I've been playing guitar for a long time, and I think I hit like a plateau of like where like technical and skill wise went, like where my technical and skill level hasn't moved too much, but it's more on the experimenting side of it now, and like I like playing with other instruments as well. I wouldn't consider myself a jack of all trades, but I like making sounds on things.
So I've heard you guys have had an interesting recording process. Would you like to tell the audience about that?
Oh, the recording process is great. We did it all here at our studio. We recorded up there, we edited down there. We've got everything we need here to do totally self-sufficient.
However, we're not masters. Like we don't know how to mix or master albums. Sandra's awfully good. She was like the powerhouse, and she bought all the equipment. So that was all really helpful. But we decided to take it to. He's a mix and masterer, but of mostly pop music. His credentials were all pop bands, and it was a hard process. And to be perfectly honest, like the end result, it could have been a lot better. So we decided to go a different route after. I don't know how long you would say.
We've been kind of sitting on it for about 2 months now, and it's just never felt right. So finally, we both kind of agreed that it was time to because it was just by accident I ended up opening the old session with the raw tracks in it, and I'm realizing that sounds, in my opinion, better than what we got out of the situation that we were in before. So we're gonna do it again, and it's probably only gonna be us who notices, but maybe not. Who knows?
Totally worth it. And we're also well on our way of recording another album as well.
Yeah, we're halfway done, probably.
So tell me about this new album that you're recording. Is it going to be taking a new direction with sound?
Oh, it's totally different. it's way more intentional. There's way more, grooves in it. A lot more influence from a little bit more popular music.
I would say that's pretty fair. And we have, luckily me and Sandra have less responsibilities on this album because we did a lot of the work for the first one. Like I ended up recording the guitars and the bass, and some singing. She did practically everything else. And then, and then we had a couple other people come and help, but this has been more with the people that we were working with at the time. Played a major role in this album.
And not just musicians. We've actually been working with some great creative artists, like visual artists as well. We work with this one artist named Dylan Bain. He actually painted this mural for us in here. And we work with Samantha Tong.
She's like probably one of the best like camera operators there is, but she's young, so we took advantage of her.
Yeah. We pay her in crackers.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, and then we also work with Vrishub Merai, and he's doing a lot of stuff with us. He actually, we had that video of drifting, and he was a part of filming that. So he was here filming that. So what's really great is we have this like super cool team of people, and everybody's kind of believing in the same thing. It's just to do new stuff that you've never done before.
Like it's really funny, like have like their reactions to things. Like after we finish doing something, it's usually a lot of laughter. Like what was that? Like that was really cool, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Which I think is the whole point.
Totally, yeah, keeping us on our toes all the time so that we never get too settled into anything.
So it's a really good community, really wonderful people we work with. Me and Sandra get along, I would say 65% of the time, which is pretty handy.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a dick.
I am also a bit of a dick.
I guess we
Are we having a moment right now? I can pass this back to you.
Well, guys, it's been a true pleasure. Amazing performance. You guys are incredibly talented. You can find their music on SoundCloud, Polytrap Super 6. Thanks again.
I guess other things too, right?
Yeah, so our album's going to be released on iTunes and Spotify and whatnot.
All that Apple Music and what have you. And
Yeah.
we have a Facebook page,
Yeah.
Polytrap Super 6. You can find that on Facebook. I don't think there's another one.
Yeah.
And I believe, and a YouTube channel.
We do have a YouTube channel, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
Computers.
Sweet. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. My pleasure.
Say like, no, thank you. Tak show my ladies. So, tak show my ladies. So you say thank you.
Thank you for the interview.
Tak show my ladies.
I'm Gemma, and you're watching Live in Limbo.